Welcome to your weekly airplane news update. This is the week of July 12th, 2024. And this week we get 4 topics. The first one is an update to the Boeing 737 crash that happened in Hawaii a while back. The 2 people survived, and now we have pictures of the wreckage, which is really interesting. The second thing is, you've probably seen this in the news. This was covered a lot. The Virgin Galactic flight that happened, and Branson that went up in space, and we'll talk about some of the details. We'll talk about the electric airplane race. There's 2 companies right now. They're racing to get their electric airplane on the authorization list from the FAA. We'll talk about some details. And then lastly, we'll talk about a man that was arrested for a fake bomb threat, which is never a good idea. So let's get to it. The first thing this week is these images that you're seeing right now in the background, which are the images of the Boeing 737 crash that is at the bottom of the Pacific. The images were released. It looks like the airplane is pretty far deep. They said about 400 feet deep. There is still no preliminary report from the NTSB, but you can see the images, and it's kind of eerie to actually see this and think about the fact that these 2 pilots that were flying this cargo plane actually survived. So we're glad that they survived. I know one of them is in critical condition. There is no update on that, but we'll let you know definitely when we have more information from the NTSB and showing the report. Next thing this week is the Virgin Galactic flight that finally happened. Sir Richard Branson was in there, flew to an altitude of 282,000 feet. That's right, 282,000 feet. This was the first full passenger flight for Virgin Galactic, and they were up there for 3.5 minutes, and they experienced weightlessness for 3.5 minutes. Now, there's a debate going on whether or not they actually entered space. Technically, the Karman Line is at 62 miles of altitude, and they were flying at 53.7. Regardless, this is really cool. I think this is kind of a big deal. His speech from the flight was also pretty cool. He said, as a little kid, I was watching airplanes flying up, and then now I'm in this spaceship, kind of looking down at Earth, which is really interesting. So. I'm sure there will be more of these in the future. There was a picture of him and Elon Musk in his kitchen. It looks like Elon went to his house the morning of the flight to congratulate him and wish him good luck for the flight. So that was pretty cool. Electric planes. Speaking of Elon Musk, not that he does electric planes, but he does electric cars. 2 companies right now are aiming for certification by 2024. One of the companies is based in California called ZeroAvia. We've mentioned them in the past. They were able to fly a Piper aircraft, a Piper M-class aircraft, and they retrofitted the aircraft with a hydrogen fuel cell storage cell that powered an electric engine. And that's what they're going for. They're trying to use hydrogen cells so they don't have the battery limitations that you typically have when you have electric airplane or electric anything really. They're trying to retrofit a 19-seater Dornier 228 twin aircraft using compressed hydrogen tanks. And at the moment, they were able to raise $13 million in investment for a total of $37 million. And we know from reports that we've done in the past that the UK government was giving them money as well to invest in this technology. So it'll be interesting. The other company is called Eviation. Actually, Eviation has a base here in Prescott where I live. We've seen the prototype of the aircraft out of the hangar a couple of times. Unfortunately, they had an accident, a fire. I would say a year, maybe 2 years ago. It's been a little while on one of the ground tests that they did. They also have a base in Washington State, which I think is where they do most of the operation these days. But the Elise is the name of the aircraft. It's a 9-passenger aircraft, 2 crew on board, and the payload is about 2,500 pounds, which is pretty decent. And they plan on flying around 220 knots of cruise speed. So both of these companies are trying to get these aircraft up in the air with the FAA by 2024. So I wish them good luck. I love to see more electric powered aircraft being in the planning out there. I think this is the future of aviation, quite frankly. I can't wait to see what else the technology is gonna bring. Last thing this week is a man was arrested in, guess where? Florida, Fort Lauderdale Airport for faking a bomb threat. Never a good idea. He got into an argument and then he decided to leave his baggage. Well, he wanted to leave his baggage in the first place, got in an argument, and then he basically said, well, there's a bomb in the bag anyway, and then left. So terminal were evacuated. The police did the bomb threat thing. They figured out if there was something in there, found out there was no evidence of a bomb. Instead, they found a CPAP machine, and the guy was arrested later that day. And never a good idea. Just, I don't know what is wrong with people, but anyway. That's it. That's all I have. If you like drones, head over to our drone news update on the other channel. And otherwise, like, subscribe, do all the things that you do. We'll provide you more news every single week. And leave your comment down in there. I always like to interact with you guys. That's all I have. See you next week.